Well, you know where we are, and Hawke's Bay's turned on a cracker day. Just no wind over here at the moment. It's beautiful. We just arrived at East Kaweka helicopters. Chris is getting the big bird out. We've got a fair bit of load on for us actually, probably the heaviest we've been for a trip. We're certainly not going to go hungry. Well, here we are, just arrived, left home at 4 this morning, 4:30, Kaweka Forest Park, coming to Tussock Hut. So, looking at our gear, we thought we had a lot, but those guys that just left, 6 of them, 390 kilos of gear, I think he said. There's a lot of gear. But they've been in there for 3 days and had shit weather, so they haven't got out a lot. So we'll get the gear up to the hut, might have a cup of coffee and settle in. Well, arrived, unpacked. Dave's giving me shit about the food I brought. I don't know what you're eating, Dave, there's not a lot there.
Mine's still in my chili bag.
But here we are, unpacked, getting settled into the hut. Oh, I've got some more there too. So, jug's just boiled, have a coffee, and settle in for the afternoon. Decide what we're going to do. Beautiful day out there. The guys that were here before us that just left the hut immaculate. And yeah, it's good to be back. It's a wicked spot. Just love coming back to this hut. They didn't shoot anything. Didn't sound like they actually saw anything either. So, did they say they saw any deer or?
No, I don't think they did.
3 days of rain, so they struck it sort of not so good. I don't think our forecast is perfect all the way, but starting off alright. Alright, coffee time. Alright, just heading out for the afternoon. Bit of a breeze still blowing, but sunny day, warm. So yes, we'll get out and have a look around. First evening, not expecting to see much, but if the guys have had bad rain for 3 odd days, you never know. First afternoon, just taking it easy. Just come round from the hut to glass the scully. Sit here till dark and just sort of establish deer numbers. Slight breeze, quite warm. Actually very warm coming over, but it's nice in the shade. Grass is just starting to come through under the tussock. Short little shoots. So there is a little bit of feed. The creek's definitely got more grass. So we'll think they'll be down in the lower creeks feeding on the edge of the creek before it gets dark. Quite pleasant. That wind has died right off now. We're just starting to make our way back towards the hut glassing. Checking all the bush edges, see if there's any deer popping out. Nothing yet, but definitely cooled off. Beautiful night. Just making a push for the top. If I look over the top as it's just got light. Oh, 3 down 1. Yep, let's say 3-2 bang. 3-2 bang, okay. Ready? Yep, hang on. 3, 2.
That sounds like a hit.
Well, here's the result of the shooting. Yeah, my first shot went a little bit low. I had to actually put a second shot into him. So he ran from the first shot and just stopped 3 or 4 metres away, and then slowly started walking back up to the bush. And yeah, I got another shot into him. He was just inside the bush edge here. We found him. Haven't found Dave yet, so we'll review the footage, but it may have gone a bit high. So yes, we'll clean up and we'll see how this pack goes.
One down first day, so that's not bad.
Yeah, first morning. I've got this Spiker Drover 40. Got their new pack system to test out. Well, I've brought it, so I mean it works, but it's got a load shelf on it, much like the American designed packs. So I was interested to see how it goes. Like it so far. Love the entry zip on the back, getting gear in and out, and it's been comfortable, so yeah, happy with it so far. Suppose we'll see in a minute how well it works with the load side of it. Beautiful down here, there's no breeze. We were sitting over watching that face, and while we were waiting I climbed up on the high point up there and looked over here. It was 315 odd metres. So yeah, we should have got a bit closer really, but we took a shot from up there. They were feeding up this gut here. It's the only 3 we've seen so far. But yeah, first morning, can't complain. The guys that were in here before us saw nothing for the time they were in here. So get into it. Well, I wouldn't exactly call it a test. Couple of hindquarters and back stakes in there. But yeah, new pack's going to get a carry out. So yep, wasn't too hard to sort out the load shelf. Right. Yeah. Climb out of here over the top and go back for a cuppa at the hut, I think.
Bacon and eggs.
Bacon and eggs even. Right, we're just heading out for an afternoon look. We got back to the hut about 10 o'clock. Had coffee and just sort of hung around the hut. Main heat of the day, so it's just gone after 4. So yeah, we'll head down valley and glass some of the side creeks. It's been spitting just lightly before. Hopefully it's not going to come to much, but I'll head out anyway. Breeze has died right off. It's going to be another nice evening. There's the breeze. But yeah, I was hoping we never did find Dave's. So yeah, we'll see if we can get Dave on the board for day 1. Here it is.
Here it is. It's still in that scrubby area.
It's just moving to the right.
Oh yeah, I see it. Behind a tree now, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll back at the hut now. It's I'll be getting close to 9 o'clock. So we saw 2 tonight, but as it happens, it was right on dark. Like ran out of shooting light, waiting for one to come out into the Tussock. So hopefully the same sort of area tomorrow. Oh. Just getting into cooking a bit of dinner. Yes, rain didn't come to anything, so not quite happy about that. Hopefully it's the same tomorrow. She's a bit claggy this morning. We've just come up valley from the hut. We just as it was getting light, we saw 2 deer on the bench downstream from the hut, but the breeze was going that way and pretty sure they're onto us. They're on the move. They cut across the bench and down into the creek, but don't know where they got to. We didn't see them come up the other side, so whether they've headed up the creek we don't know. Never saw them again. But yeah, we're just working our way up. We're going to get into the bush now and bush stalk our way up around the head of the valley. But yeah, we're going to wait here a bit and see if we get a little bit of lift. You can see she's a bit pea soup at the moment. But yeah, we'll give it half an hour and see if it does start to lift and carry on. Well, it's deer number 2. We just from when I last spoke to you on the camera, we just started coming up this ridge here, and the Tussock Valley's down the bottom there. This is sort of the ridge that borders it. And just as we started coming up, I spotted a couple of deer just off the side of the ridge feeding, and tried to get Dave onto it. They moved up onto the ridge and along a bit, so we're sneaking in, but I got a view of it and Dave said just to take the shot if I could, so I did. So the other one ran up the hill, and there were some more animals around the edge there. So there were a couple, at least 5 in here. So, yep. None of them, yeah, didn't see anything out in the open, but they're not far off it, just feeding and resting up, so awesome. We'll clean this one up, chuck it in the pack, and we actually might just hang it in the tree, Dave. Hang it in the tree and carry on. Come back this way.
Come back down this way?
Yeah. Beautiful, there's no wind, so one shot. Hopefully didn't stir stuff too much further up. Yeah, might as well. It's still what's the time? Early.
8:30, 9 o'clock, max. Yeah, 8:30.
So yeah, pretty pleased. Day 2, deer 2. So, yep. Must be the camo, eh? Hey Dave?
Must be.
Must be.
Yep.
Yeah. Although it was actually looking at me when I shot, so.
But it didn't know what you were.
No, it didn't know what it was. It was sitting there looking. It was, would have been 60 maybe, 70 at the tops. Wouldn't have been far. Shooting through the gaps in the trees, so. Yep. Quite happy. We'll carry on. And it's just looking pretty average out there. So, raining all afternoon, so we thought we'd have an early dinner tonight. Sika backstrap, potatoes, veggies, mushroom and onion sauce. Oh, we're starving, aren't we, Dave?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Been losing weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see if it clears up just before dark. We might take a wander down and have a look over the lookout, but it's yeah, not the flashiest. Nothing's drying. I don't think Sika really particularly like the poor weather. My excuse anyway. Morning all. What's it, day 3 today? A little bit late getting up this morning. It was raining when we woke up at 5, so we let it stop, and looks like it's lifting, so we've just come back out to the lookout, dressed in the full wet weathers. The tussock is soaking, so nothing yet, but we're just hoping that sun's going to pop through. The cloud's slowly starting to lift in places, so if it does, I think we'll all be on. Yeah, the colours blend in this time of year, don't they? Just fed behind the other bush there. I would have thought there would have been a yearling or something with it. It's coming closer. Coming down that gut.
Eh?
It's coming down that gut. See, if you got down lower at the moment, you wouldn't see him because he's in the taller tussock.
Okay.
You see, if I had a Morza 6.5 PRC right now with that Zeiss on it, it would be a better option than my 308 with a 10 power fucking lure bolt.
Wouldn't be as much fun.
He's feeding back up.
Does he?
Well, he keeps looking up. I reckon there's other animals in the bush edge there.
With you. If I do drop down low, you bloody film it on your phone.
It's only a younger animal. It's Wednesday afternoon now. We just come out for an evening hunt. Dave's gone back up to the lookout where we saw 3 deer this morning. He's shooting his 280 AI, so he's got a bit more legs than me. A lot of the shooting there is going to be 300 to 550 max, so I've only got my 308. So I've actually come down valley here. Gonna glass these guts and bush edges for the evening. We did see one come out the other night just on dark right over there. So it was raining this morning, quite wet and damp and overcast, so this evening it's warmed up, dried out. Bit of a breeze still, it's just come up again. But yeah, hopefully they decide to come out for an evening, dry evening. So yeah, we'll spend a couple of hours glassing, and yeah, hopefully one of us can get onto something else. It'd be nice. Still, we're in here till Sunday, so no hurry. But I'll let you know what happens. Dave, don't fuck around. It's a top one. It's right out in the open. And the bottom one. Just one out there. They're both up there. There's two there up the top. Three.
Stop it.
Meow!
Shooting. I don't think they'll.
Well, you just saw what happened. What happened, Dave?
It moved.
We come over the hill and we spotted 3 deer up that gut. What we didn't spot was a 4th deer, and as we were coming down that spur there to get into a shooting position, it must have got our scent because it started squealing and alerted the other 3. So they were on the move and they had to get in position in a hurry and try and take a shot. Close look at the footage, it just went to the left. The heat of the moment didn't allow for any wind. So yeah, a bit of a rush shot unfortunately, but we were busted, so it was all or nothing. So we're going to carry on down the valley. Fingers crossed there might be something further down that's out, but
See if I can fuck up another one.
pretty miserable at the moment. There's a bit of a breeze, it's overcast, it's quite cold. The tussocks is wet as. So yeah, we're out here anyway, so let's carry on. Smile. One of the problems of flying trips, we're not going hungry.
No, what are the skinny people eating?
Yeah, no, certainly not losing weight. Big shower rain just come through, quick one but gone. So
No, it hasn't. It's still going.
oh, it's still going? No. Better sit in here and eat some more than have a coffee. Well, it looks like the afternoon is a bust. It's a bit damp. Oh, more coffee. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. It's Friday morning. We had rain all day yesterday afternoon and heavy rain during the night. It rained early, about 5 o'clock this morning, but it stopped now and she's starting to lift. See, she's clearing up. So I've snuck up the valley here to try and find something coming out and getting rid of sun drying off before it's too late in the morning. Then I'll get into a bit of bush stalking. Dave's gone back over to the lookout. There's bound to be animals coming out of that Miniture to dry out, so hopefully he gets onto something. Distance is over there a little bit far from a 308, so I'll leave that to Dave. But man, the sun's got a bit of heat in it already. Which could be a cracker. G'day. Sorry, I haven't been doing much filming, but I've been bush talking up through this beautiful bush, and I just come to this gut with a lot of broadleaf in it. I'm just mooching along, and yeah, just found another one. Another little hind. That's all I've seen so far. I haven't been squealed at anything. It's beautiful in here. So it's overcast. The sun's not quite out as much as it was, but it's yeah, it's just dripping bush. Go down and have a look, see what she's like. It's all taken care of. Hindquarters and back steaks loaded in the pack. I must say I'm liking this pack. That load shelf system is awesome. You don't even know you got the weight on it. Not much weight there, but the other ones, yeah, been good. So, yep, stoked with that. It's drizzling out there at the moment, so I might, since I've disturbed this, head back along the ridge and down the valley, back to the hut for coffee, and we'll see if Dave's back, catch up with him. I don't like my chances of catching up with anything else on this ridge now, but yeah. I stretched the legs for this morning after being locked in the hut all afternoon yesterday with the rain. Beautiful spot. I love this Kaweka bush. Right, just drop back into the head of the valley. The sun's trying to poke out again. So I'll just make my way back to camp. Get coffee and a bite to eat and plan this afternoon. Oh, it's was it Friday evening, and we've come down valley. Come down a bit early actually. It's still quite hot. Thought we'd get here early and just take in the sun. Can't shoot them from the hut, but just glassing these faces. See what happens. Morning all. Last full day today. We had an incident last night. Walking back to the hut, Dave spotted a deer, whacked it across the other side of the valley. We could not find it. We searched into after dark. It's small deer and big scrub. It was just, yeah, gone. Definitely a good whack though. But yeah, we're back at our lookout. I know what you're saying, Jason, same old lookout. Have you got any imagination? You know, give us something different. But this is easily the area that produces the most deer in the morning, so we'll see what happens this morning. Well, the afternoon hunt didn't go anywhere. The morning hunt was a bit of a blowout. Nothing seen today at all yet. So we're just doing a bit of housework. We fly out tomorrow. So here's a lesson for all you latte drinking Ponsonby hunters coming once a year. That is how you leave your wood pile. Fucking dry wood. Takes 10 minutes to look around, find an old fallen tree that's dry, cut it up, split it, bring it back. We arrived at the hut and the weather hasn't been the flashiest, but you get this shit. Obviously fallen down rotten wood I've just picked up and thrown in the box and called it wood collecting. When you're a party that comes in foul weather, that's just fucking shit. Burn all the good stuff, leave crap. Get off your ass and fucking do some work. It's not hard. The next party that turns up in the rain and wet will have dry wood to dry everything out. heading out for the last hunt. The flying out tomorrow morning, so just going to head up valley and see if anything mooches out of the bush edge before dark. Just an easy one. The old valley's been pretty good to me actually this trip and last trip, so give it one last shot. Dave's just going to sit up on this local lookout here and just watch the bush edge. But breeze is coming down, overcast. Might even get to check up the track that I shot the other two on. I'll let you know how it goes. Well, that's it. We're just waiting for the chopper now. You need a shave, Dave.
Yeah, you're right.
So, hut's cleaned up, gear's down at the pad.
I need a shower as well.
It's been pissing down overnight and it keeps coming and going, so we're hopeful that, yeah, we should get out today. Looks alright at the moment, so we're not due to be picked up till 12:30, but we did send him an in-reach message saying we're going to be available from 9, so hopefully he's in the area and can swing by. Otherwise it'll be a bit of a wait. We'll catch you on the next episode.